आज हम डॉक्टर सुमन हमारे ऑल राइट वेलकम डॉक्टर सुमन आर यू एबल टू हियर मी
Yes, very much, Ram. Very, very good morning.
all right good morning sir and welcome to our show. Let's talk with Prem and Ram, and it's finally nice to see you. हमारी पहले we have talked over the phone, but you are here for a very interesting event description that we want to give, that we are having this weekend. One of the most fascinating episodes, I need to tell you sir, was when we had Sunita ma'am on the show, Sunita Amma. So impromptu, so childlike. The entire studio, I remember, was filled up with such positive, childlike, pure innocence and energy. And we could all, me, Prem bhai, could feel that energy when she was going about explaining and about the divine, her experience, her life experience. It was so wonderful, and I must thank existence, because you met Prem bhai once, and then we got to meet Amma once, and she was on the show. Now it has gone another level. So please tell us, Ki, what is this event about?
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Ram. Absolutely, it's all divine intervention, as they say. Nothing is a chance, but it's absolutely divine. I won't call it coincidence, but it's a divine plan and purpose. So the event itself is being organized by our wonderful Purvesh. And it is going to be a Sookshma Healing Meditation session by Sunita Amma herself, actually in person,
Yeah.
in Dallas area. So it's going to be on this Saturday at 4 o'clock. And I think even yesterday we were on the air, we were talking about it, and Purvesh Bhai actually has provided some information in terms of how to contact. But this is
Yes.
going to be a fantastic event, because you are going to be in the presence of an ancient sage, Sunita Amma, a true living master. We have heard about these ancient sages in our great ancient scriptures, about how in their presence we start to feel that pure vibrations, and in their presence we start to heal, in their presence we start to experience our true self. And I think this is the rarest opportunity that the people of Dallas are going to be getting this Saturday, to be able to be in presence of such a, and the beauty, as you already said, Ram, is that she doesn't come across as the so-called gurus or the masters, but very simple, humble, pure, childlike, in the sense, who doesn't complicate anything, keeps things very simple,
Yes,
with that pure unconditional love.
definitely, Dr. Saab. We always mention here that it is so simple to be happy, but so difficult to be simple. And whoever is simple like that person is able to reach the heart, because something that comes originates from the heart is directly
Correct.
able to reach to the heart, even if it is like simple words, but it will reach and has a big impact because it reaches the heart. And for people who are interested in this healing, this wonderful event is going to happen at 4 p.m. this Saturday, and the number to contact for you is 214 395 6757. Again, the number is 214 395 6757. Initially, Dr. Saab, we wanted to have as many people as could, but yesterday I was told by Prem Bhai that he has got so much of response, and since this is gonna be in his place, it's gonna be limited sitting now. So,
Correct.
people who are listening right now, if you are interested, please do give a text or call to that number, and get your seats reserved, so that we have a better experience for everybody. Because yesterday he told me about it, and I said, okay, I'm gonna bring 4 people, because we need this. So he was like, okay, now we have to have a registration, because there is only limited seating. So yes, if you are interested, please give that number a call. Again, the number is 214 395 6757. That is Prem Bhai's personal number. And I must appreciate Prem Bhai also, Purvesh Thakkar, as we know him in the business world, that he has such a pure heart, and he's trying to spread some positivity and spread the healing to the world, because he has experienced that with Sunita Amma personally. And Sunita Amma is such a divine Soul, such a talented singer, because in her voice itself she sang couple of lines here, and we could feel that vibration. But Dr. Saab, if you don't mind, if you can explain for us normal people what is Sookshma healing?
Beautiful. I'll start with something very simple. In our day-to-day life, we are all going through some form of stress or the other, right? So
Correct.
we need to heal from the stress. We are all going through some form of relationship challenges or the other. So we all want to build those harmonious relationships. We all want to discover our true potential, right? We all feel like, oh, I have so much to give to the world, but I'm not able to give. I feel like there is something that's blocking. So that's another challenge that we face. We all want to be amazing leaders in this world. We want to be able to lead others, but unless we lead ourselves, we can't lead others. So that's another big challenge. And there are a lot of other challenges with the youth today, where the mental illness has become the norm of the day. So that's another big challenge that we face. And then the other aspect is not knowing about ourselves. Many times we are like, yes, I'm here. Yes, I have this physical body, I have this mind, but my mind is going through all these crazy thoughts, all these negative thoughts, going through all these past experiences, trauma, emotional worries, emotional turmoil. So this is pretty much has become a common theme across the humanity, in every single family and every single individual, whether you are the president of a country, or whether you are working as a farmer, or whether you are working as a janitor, whether you are working as an IT officer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, but the challenges are common to everyone. Now what Sukshma does is, it provides effortless solution to all of these things. That is what Sookshma is. It is a comprehensive program that Sunita Amma has tailor-made for modern hectic lifestyle. Yes, we have yoga, we have pranayama, meditation. This is all common. Everybody is talking about that today. But then, if you tap anyone's shoulder, they are so busy that they don't have time. Everybody says, "I'm busy. I'm busy." Everybody wants to achieve big, but they also know that they need that source of energy. We all want that energy. But what we are doing today is, we are just tapping into that physical energy by eating some food. And even that food, most of the times, we end up eating food which is not very good for the body. And we are depending on toxic relationships where there is so much of selfishness, jealousy, false ego prevailing, and we are depending on that for our energy. And of course, when you get up in the morning, nobody has that energy. The alarm goes on, you want to keep that on snooze for 100 times, and you don't want to get up because there is no energy, and you're dragging yourself. And what we do is, we run for a coffee, we run for all kinds of things to give that stimulation and get that energy. But that energy is temporary, it's not permanent. Now, what Sukshma does is, it will take you to the source of that energy, so that you become a nuclear reactor. You become that nuclear energy, because every cell in our body has the potential to become a nuclear reactor. There is infinite energy in each one of us. But we are not tapping into that. We are only tapping into external things, and even those not very good, like junk food, bad relationships, sensual pleasures, addictions to drugs, alcohol, and we think these things are going to give us that kick. But there is that energy which gives constant kick. I got up at 3 a.m. in the morning here in Vancouver, British Columbia, in Canada, but I'm full of that energy. I'm not feeling sleepy, I'm not feeling tired, I'm not feeling exhausted. I only slept for 5 hours, because I am tapping into that source of energy. And Sukshma helps to tap into that source of energy within no time. Within no time. You don't have to meditate for hours together. In 10 minutes, how can you trigger that nuclear reaction in every cell in our body? There are trillions of cells in our body. Not one cell, not two cells, trillions of cells. And imagine all these trillion nuclear reactors working together, which means there is eternal flow of energy, which results in eternal youthfulness. Sunita Amma uses this word called fountain of youthfulness. We all want to be youthful. We all want to be energetic. We all want to be excited. We all want to do wonderful things. We all have passion for great things. You came to the studio this morning, early in the morning, to do this. So everyone wants to do something. They are passionate about something. But the problem is we are unable to channel that passion towards that greater purpose. We are stuck with what Sunita Amma calls teeny mini circles.
Hmm.
We draw these teeny mini circles around us and say, this is me, my world, and mine.
Uh,
Now imagine you are able to expand that so that you become that infinite energy which is there everywhere. That is what our great ancient wisdom says, isn't it, Ram?
Yes, definitely, sir. I'm super excited for this event because we have been talking about meditation a lot. I have done some kind of form of meditation, and I feel certain experiences after going through like hours and hours of meditation. But this is going to be super exciting for me as well because this you are a testimonial to it. Your Prem Bhai has mentioned so highly about this Sookshma experience that he has had. So I am very excited, and I hope people who are listening, you can benefit from it as well. And Sunita Amma is so kind enough to have that. This is a free event. I don't think we are also even charging anything for it. And the number to call is again 2143956757. And Dr. Saab, if you the entire concept, I remember a few lines, if you allow me, if I can,
Please,
about
please.
going into the inner self. So it says like it is in Urdu, Hindi. So it says,
Please.
बहुत पढ़ा तो आलिम व फाजिल बनने. You studied a lot to become like very wisdom, full of wisdom. बहुत पढ़ा तो आलिम व फाजिल बनने, कभी अपने आप को तो पढ़ा नहीं.
Beautiful.
बहुत गया तो मंदिर मस्जिद, कभी अपने अंदर तो तू गया नहीं.
Abba.
मसरूफ रहा रोज लड़ने शैतान से. And the talk we talk about ego, right? Ana is a Urdu word for ego.
Ego.
बहुत पढ़ा, बहुत मसरूफ रहा रोज लड़ने शैतान से, कभी अपनी अना से तो तू लड़ा नहीं. You didn't find your ego.
That's it.
हासिल करने जो आसमान में है, हासिल करने जो आसमान में है, घर बैठे को कभी मिला ही नहीं. So it's time to go inside. And this Saturday is the time when Sunita Amma will help us go inside within ourselves, tap that energy, and use that fountain of energy to heal your mental health. Sir, I was also talking to Prem Bhai, and he was mentioning about the benefits on the physical health as well. About
Yes.
with cholesterol, back pain, or certain other areas where it can also
Yeah.
help out. So please explain how is that, being a doctor, how is that, how do you testify that?
Absolutely. Very, very wonderful question. There is this whole paradigm called psychology affects the physiology. Whatever illness that we are seeing in the modern world today, we call them, most of them are called non-communicable diseases. These are not caused by virus or bacteria. Okay. Examples is diabetes, cardiovascular disease, which is what we see pretty much in every family today, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and another new set of diseases that have been troubling humanity is what we call autoimmune disorders like Crohn's disease, colitis, IBS, rheumatoid arthritis, and many more. This has become the common theme across the humanity. And the root cause of all of these diseases is stress. Okay, and where is stress? Stress is right here in our mind. So who is responsible for all of these illnesses? Not some external agent, not some bacteria or virus. It is our own inner vices. You said that beautifully in that beautiful shire you just quoted. The enemy is not outside, the enemy is inside. That inner enemies, what are those inner enemies? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, false ego, desire, anger, jealousy, greed. In that process, what we are doing is we want more and more and more. We are running constantly 24/7, and there is stress at that subconscious level. That stress at that subconscious level triggers constantly a system in our body called sympathetic nervous system, which is also called as fight or flight system.
Okay.
Okay, this system is usually triggered when you are in a very threatful scenario. So for example, let's say you are walking on the street and somebody comes to you with a gun. Instantly that system gets triggered, which results in release of hormones, stress hormones called adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol. And what do? They help you either to fight that situation or run away from that situation. Now, this is very important as a part of evolution, because when we lived in caves, when we lived in forests, we needed this response as a part of evolution so that we can survive. This is called survival of the fittest response. This is fantastic when you are in a stressful situation. And once that stressful situation is gone, whether you fight and win over that enemy or you run away from that place, after that, your system comes back to normal state. That state is called homeostasis. Everything functions normally, all your cells are functioning normally, or your mind is relaxed, your blood glucose level comes normal, your heart rate comes back to normal, right? All these things are coming back to normal. But during that stress response, all of these are elevated because you're trying to fight. Like in stressful situation, we feel our heart rate goes up, we are breathing faster, there is more energy released into your blood because you have to fight that enemy. Now, unfortunately, what we are doing, Ram, is that we are triggering this stress response day in, day out, even in our sleeps.
Oh.
We are triggering this sympathetic nervous system constantly, moment to moment, including in our sleeps, because our subconscious is filled with this stress response.
Oh.
Because we are not resting our mind constantly, we are thinking about the future, that I want more of this, I want more of that, what is going to happen to my property, what is going to happen to my stock portfolio, what's going to happen to my family, what's going to happen to my girlfriend, what's going to happen to my children. Constant worry about the future, or replaying the same tape of the past. Oh, why did I go through this in the past? Why did that person say this to me? Why did they cheat me? Why did they do this to me? All that. Where is all this sitting? It is all sitting in your subconscious neural networks. And these neural networks are constantly triggering that same sympathetic nervous system. It's going into that vicious circle, and we are stuck in that vicious circle, which is leading to most of the illness that we see today. Now, what Sookshma does is that it will unwind that vicious circle, those neural networks that have become conditioned to this subconscious response. These vibrations will help you to get into that subconscious and clean and empty that subconscious, so that your past traumas, worries, anxieties about the future, all of these are cleaned. You mentioned, Ram, that you have meditated in the past,
Yes.
right? You've done so many types of meditations. I have done so many types of meditations too in the past. Nothing is wrong. Everything has its own little benefit. But what Sukshma does again is that fast track healing system. It will penetrate into that mind, subconscious mind, and it will clean those patterns. And once that cleaning, initially, yes, there will be a little bit of pain because all these enemies are coming out, right? And once that cleaning happens, then the mind goes into what you call a state of stillness. So the foundation of meditation, remember, is cleaning and purifying the mind. Unless that happens, I am sorry to say this, it is not true meditation at all. You could close your eyes and sit for days and ages together, but unless those subconscious patterns are cleaned and mind is purified and brought to that stillness, you are never experiencing true meditation. And in that stillness, your body goes into a state called parasympathetic response. Again, this is beautiful science. Parasympathetic system is called rest and digest system. And in that state, your body starts to heal, your cells start to sprout. You know, the sprouts that we make from, all these little lentils, and you see the sprouts coming up, and we all like to eat them because they give so much of energy. Imagine each of your cell starts to sprout like that again, and rejuvenation and regeneration of cells also happens. And because of that, you start to again gain that youthful energy. You again start to feel vibrant, and your health takes a U-turn, and you start to experience that beautiful wellness from within.
Okay, I definitely can vouch for this, because when we had Sunita Amma here, she was jumping with joy everywhere, and she was so fast and running around, even for me. And I had a back problem at that time, and I was very kind of surprised how is she able to do it with such energy. And but yeah, definitely, because of course she has access to this fountain of energy and joy that is within every one of us. But some people are able to uh, able to get attached to that and then take the source and use it for that physical benefit, mental benefit. And some divine people like Maji is able to teach others how to get to that wellness and that well and get that energy for their own benefit. And I really understand, and I can definitely align with you when you say people have baggages, so much of baggage from past. I have seen couple, especially in relationship, and when we talk about harmonious relationship, when
Yes.
they have an argument, even if they have been 25, 30 years into marriage, they bring up a point which happened 15 years ago and they still fight over it. So including couple we have
We all
seen.
do that. We all do that,
Yes,
isn't it? You said it so well.
yes,
We are we're playing the same
same,
tape
yes.
again and again and again. And that's the problem. We need to break that pattern. That pattern is nothing but energy. See, at the end of the day, we think that we are this physical people, but underlying reality is completely different. This is what ancient wisdom says. What is the underlying reality? Underlying reality is consciousness. That chaitanya shakti, that pure vibration of energy field is what we are.
Yeah.
Scientifically also, if you break down this body completely, at the end it is nothing but organs, tissues, cells. Cells are made up of biochemicals. Biochemicals are made up of electrons, protons, neutrons. If you go further down, quarks. If you go further down, there is that field of pure energy. We are nothing but an electromagnetic radiation of energy. Now, that energy is tuned to keep playing that same patterns in that system of energy. Now, what Sookshma does is it will penetrate those vibrations, penetrates that consciousness level, and it will remove those baggages, which we call baggages, is actually those blockages in that field of energy called consciousness. And once those are cleansed and purified, automatically you start to blossom. That consciousness is what ancient Sanatana wisdom says Brahman. That Brahman is nothing but pure consciousness. And what is true meditation? The great Adi Shankaracharya, in a fantastic a scripture called Aparokshanubhuti, he says, Brahmaiva smiti sadvritya niralambaya sthiti dhyana shabdena vikyata paramananda dhaini. He says, unless you experience that pure consciousness, that I am Brahman, I am that pure divine consciousness, unless you experience, that is not true meditation. And only then you call that meditation, because in that meditation, what happens is that Paramananda Dhaini means the highest bliss, not even Ananda. Paramananda means beyond. You cannot explain that in words. And that is why he calls that Aparokshanubhuti. It is not something I can tell Ram and Ram can experience. Ram has to experience from within. Right? So that is what happens in presence of ancient sages. That Aparokshanubhuti happens from within. You start to experience that inner bliss and joy. And that moment, your ego starts to melt away. Your false, perceptions about yourself starts to melt away, and you start to expand yourself into this universal consciousness. You transcend the limits of this body. You transcend the limits of this mind, and you start to become an observer of your body and mind. And then once you've cleaned your body and mind, they become the best instruments for you. They become best tools for you. Like a surgeon uses the forceps and knives and scissors to perform the surgery, you can use your body and mind to do the surgery called life. Every day you are able to perform, you are able to clean these tools, put these tools back to rest. Again in the morning you're using these tools. So you see, you become the master. And your mind and body are becoming the best tools to perform. No matter what, you want to become an astronaut, do it. You want to become an entrepreneur, go do it. Sunita Amma never says you should sit and meditate 24/7. She says, tap into that energy, take care of yourself, give that love for yourself, inner pure self, that inner child. Take the time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And then go out into the world, get what you want, come back again. Come back to that sweet home, that inner, peaceful, blissful, divine home is there here.
Yes, definitely. Wow, wonderfully put, Dr. Saab, because you have this medical background and you're able to explain how hormones generate and how triggers happen and what stress is, what anxiety is. It's wonderful to hear you talk with such excitement. And when you talk about the inner bliss, I get reminded of Kabirji's saying, one of, if you allow me. He says, जैसे तिल में तेल है, जैसे तिल में तेल है, ज्यों चकमक में आग. there is fire within that. Very, जैसे तिल में तेल है, ज्यों चकमक में आग, तेरा साईं तुझ में है, तू जाग सके तो जाग.
Beautiful.
So we,
Beautiful.
it's a very motivating and challenging also from a Kabir ji. See, Kabir ji through a challenge, and I'm a big fan of Kabir ji. Such a long time ago, and hopefully we will have this opportunity with Sunita Amma ji and the Dallas. You have an opportunity to get in touch with Sunita Amma ji. There is a free session that we are organizing. Prem Bhai is organizing for you, and the number to call to register. Remember, there are limited sittings, so only few people will be allowed now, because we have got a tremendous response with Sunita Ammaji. The number to call is 214-395-6757. Again, the number to call is 214-395-6757. And we really appreciate Dr. Saab, because he is so passionate. Even now when he's talking, it seems like you have experienced that joy. Dr. Saab, I want to ask from you, if you don't mind, in the last 3 minutes, what has your journey been? How did a doctor, a skeptical mind, a scientific mind get into all this?
Beautiful, beautiful question, Ram. 17 years back when I started, yes, I had very much that skeptical mind. I am very scientifically oriented person. I rationalize things. I am thinking everything systematically. And the beauty of ancient sages like Sunita Amma is she never allows us to believe, have that blind faith. She says, try it, experiment with it, and then experience it, and then you realize it. Experiment, experience, and realization, right? So that is what I have done 17 years back. I have seen that phenomenal shift in myself. Today, Purvesh Bhai, he is not here on the talk. Yesterday, we had the talk. He has come to Sunita Amma, he has experienced it. And now he is like, let's organize this for greater humanity, right? Because he has experienced it. So that inner experience is very important. That inner experience, I saw healing happening at a mental and emotional level for me. At a physical level, I healed from some of the illnesses that I had for my stomach. And then after that, I could feel that like energy, like you are seeing this energy today. I have been having this energy for last 17 years, unstoppable, unlimited, infinite energy, constantly triggering that chain reaction inside me and wanting to do more for the humanity. And out of that, we've created this non-profit organization called peacetree.ca, peacetree.ca. In fact, audience can go to that website to know more about Sunita Amma, about the work that we have been doing. We have been invited to World Health Organization. We have presented it to many global platforms. Many physicians, many scientists, CEOs, ambassadors, all these people who have come to Sunita Amma have experienced that and were able to transform their life.
Yes.
So I am myself a witness right here, but there are many more you can check out on our website and know more about this.
That definitely, and even if we think, okay, Dr. Saab is a kind soul, he's an educated person, and he maybe transformed. It was easy for him to transform, but when we are talking to Sunita Amma, she has mentioned that she worked with prisoners and even
Yes.
people who have committed such heinous crimes, and those people have seen transformation.